a patient. I'm a doctor, not a bricklayer.
How's it guys, Travis from Ostrich Longneck here. Well, next model which I'm going to build is going back to Star Trek. It's a 3-in-1 kit, but I'm only going to build one of the 3 ships. This particular ship I want to light. One of the other 2 ships is a Romulan Bird of Prey. Already basically built this one. I've got this kit, the parts were basically already cut off the tree and everything, so it was a used in brackets kit. The person bought it, obviously was going to build it, cut the parts off the tree, and well, that's basically as far as the person ever got. Never got any further than that. So this isn't an unboxing. I'm going to start with the model straight away. You can see a unboxing on Romulan Warbird on Boyd's channel. Not that he really shows much. It's a pity. I would have liked to have seen more of his build step by step, which he didn't do. Anyway, this is the bottom section of the Romulan Warbird. This is the top part of the bottom section. So that's 2 parts for that. Then you've got the 2 parts for the top. They go together like that. Then you got the 2 saucer sections. Well, not saucer sections, 2 head sections, I guess you could call it. There's those 2, oh, they go together. If it'll stay in place this time, go together like that. And last but not least, you've got the warp nacelle sections. These ones go together. If I can get them together like that. Then there's some clear parts that go in there, and of course here. That's in a bag. I don't want them to get damaged, so I'm not going to take them out. And then the 3rd model is the Ferengi. I think it's a Marauder. Not very many parts to that. So those other 2 models I'm not going to bother about. I'm going to have to try and make my own stand for this one, because I'm not going to use that. I think this is one of the worst bases I've ever seen for any Star Trek model. Really not very nicely made. Alright, I guess, but I'm not too fond of it. Anyway, that's all the parts that go into the let's see, it's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, I think it's about 20 parts total with the clear part. I'm not sure. 10 without the clear part. I know there's 1 part that goes in here. I'm not sure about this little hole here. I'm not sure how many parts there are for that, and 1 part for this, so I'm not sure exactly how many parts, but it'll be fun to build. In the top here I've got to put a little light that shines down, because that's of course obviously the top part. Got to have wires coming inside I think I'll have it coming through here or through the bottom, but I think I'll have one wire running through there to get to this light here. Of course, over here I've got to just somehow make a nice hole for a rod to go in. So I've got to figure out how I can make this nice and strong to put it on. I'm not sure exactly how much space that's going to give me to work with, but I'll be able to figure something out. Anyway guys, that's it for now. When I come back, we'll be priming the inside of these parts and starting to get ready to start putting down paint and wiring. Obviously, yeah, I've got to figure out a way that I can put in the LEDs, that when it shines through here you don't see it. Anyway guys, that's it for now. When I come back, we will be starting on working on the different parts which we have to light block and whatnot, getting all the wires ready and all that done. Sorry, these two pieces I forgot. These two. These are the back parts. Let's see, yeah, like that. That go into there. Okay, I just haven't got that nicely lined up. Back to front or something. Oh, there we go. Something like that. That goes into place there. So that's it for now guys. When I come back, we'll be starting to sort out where all the lighting has to go and all the windows have to go, and a lot of drilling. Okay guys, I'll see you now. Okay guys, I've primed the inside of this with the grey primer. Then what I did was painted white to reflect the light. Now it's up to you how you want to do this. I put a LED strip there. I've just still got to use some super glue to glue it down properly. I haven't done that yet. So I've got the strip of LED tape there, and then another one over here. Now to get light in there, what I did was I took a piece of LED tape and I cut it off, soldered some wires on and glued it in there so it shines that way. That LED strip then goes and solders to this LED here. On 9 volts this lights up perfectly fine with 3, and if you add one extra LED like that one over there, it still works. So I take positive from the one side, in this case it's that side, and negative from that side. Do the same to this one once I figured out which is which. Solder to there, and then this works technically on 4 LEDs on 9 volts perfectly fine. So in this particular piece of tape I've unsoldered that one, which I'm going to use on the inside of the Romulan Warbird. So this one's power is going out there, the other one is going out the other side. When I glue the two together, then I can solder the two wires together and get them ready. These two is this power LED here. That's the power for that, but that will be soldered to the same wire with this one, which will be sitting in the middle of the ship. So then this one will go into the spine of the ship right at the back, and as you can see there's only 2 LEDs at the moment on, because that one is soldered to this piece of wire here. There you can see it, with the one that's inside the head of the ship will make the 4 LEDs. So in a few minutes time we're going to quickly glue this all together, put this together, glue it, and then when we come back it will be going through all the edges here, getting that all nice and cleaned up, and also getting this LED glued and in position on the, I don't have that piece here, but the top of the ship, that's flat part on the inside. At the bottom there's a LED that shines down onto the other part. I'll be getting that floodlight put in. So anyway, give me a second guys and I'll be back now, and we can start gluing this one up and getting it ready for paint and all what has to be done. Now in the front here there's supposed to be some sort of phaser over there. I haven't decided what I'm going to do with that yet, so when I get back, if I'm going to put one in there, then we can sort that out. And but anyway, that's it for now. When I come back, we'll be gluing this together, so be back now. Okay guys, what I've done so far is I've taken surface mounted diodes that come out of laptop screens, which I've cut up. I've put them around the edge like that. That is a side facing SMD, so your SMD shines the light out like that. Then over here I've got 3 more up facing SMDs, so the light comes out like that instead of out the side. So I've used that. Painted your inserts green. There is a bit of hot spots, but I don't mind. I think it looks quite nice. The only thing I still got to sort out is this area over here. So that's basically done. Now what I want to do is glue these together. Once that's done, I can go around the edges and get that all nicely cleaned up. Then once I've done that, I'm going to fill the inside of this hole up, whichever side, well this side, because this side's got to go to the top of the ship. Then these wires must be put through a hole through the bottom of the ship. This is going to be my mounting pole, and for the power. Once I've got that, then I'm going to take this, put the wires through, line it up and glue it into place. Once this is done and the wires are put all here into position, with this section finished for the stand with where the wires can come in, then I'll glue the bottom piece together on the front of the ship. I'm just using LED tape. Now what most people don't know is, even though this is 12 volts, you can run it A on 9 volts, and B, if you solder to one of the 3 LEDs wires and you take it to another LED on its own, you can actually run 4 LEDs on 9 volts on this strip of tape. So I've got 3 here and 1 over here. Then on the other side I've got extra lights there and one running in the neck over here. This LED which shines in that way, even though it's not perfectly, I'm happy with it. That LED goes out that way, which connects up to another LED. Where is it? Another LED here at the bottom. Now from all the video shots and stuff that I can see, it looks like there's actually 2 floodlights here, but on this one's neck I can't see where you're supposed to mount it, so I just went with like everybody else does and I put the LED in there. Now that will have some clear and hopefully it will shine through nicely. Then this part, which I will show you how I did the holes later, that gets some holes in, and then that will be soldered onto here, be glued into place, and this wire will go through and connect up to wires that will come out here, which will complete the circuit. Now these didn't turn out perfectly, You just got to figure out exactly where you want your windows. There are some holes which I've just got to open up again because there's some paint in it. But you just got to decide where you want your windows. There are photos of showing where how people did it, but it's not that easy. So that is, you'll see the windows better of course once it's lit, but the placement of the windows and the drilling of the windows is all up to you, because it is not easy on this model. Anyway guys, that's how far I'm right now. Just quickly gonna go get some glue and then we can start gluing these warp nacelles together. Just haven't figured out the front here. I want to try put some, hopefully some clear or something in there to disperse the light, because when it gets to this one, even though it's full of green paint, it still makes a hot spot. So if I can get something that can diffuse the light more and spread it out more, hopefully that will stop the hot spot. Anyway, that's for a little bit later. Right now I'm going to pause and just get the glue, and then we can start putting the warp nacelles together. Be back now. Okay guys, this little gadget is nice to have. It's just a power socket with your wires and two crocodile clips, just for testing. Then you can put your wires in there and light the model up without having to connect it up. This is a pretty simple way of doing it. There are blokes that have more better rigs than that, but just with a normal 12 or 9 volts power supply, that's quite handy to use. But of course that is all comes down to the person that's using it and how they want to use it. Now what I'm doing here is I'm just twisting the wires together to keep them together for one, and two to circle only one wire technically in brackets to worry about irritating me, and not two catching on everything. Once I've got this glued to the main hull of the ship, then this will be nice and together and easier to glue and easier to put through the hole. Now what you must do is, if you can, is just put some shrink sleeving on the positive and the negative, even if you only put it on the negative or the positive, just to stop it from shorting out. I wouldn't recommend just using tape, because tape, the stickiness with time will degrade, and what could happen is the tape falls off in the model and something happens and the two wires touch and it can cause a dead short. So anyway, there's my wire nicely tightened together, so I've only got one wire to worry about. And there's my top offs. So what I must now do is just get the glue on, put it together and wait for it to dry. I'm only going to do the one. The other one I'll do off camera, and once that's done then we'll do the positioning of the holes which have to go into the model for the electrical wiring, and start doing that. Okay guys, let's quickly put some glue down. Okay, that's the glue down. And now for the gluing part. Okay guys, this is going to take a bit of a while for this to settle, so that's it for now. When I come back, these two will be done and ready to go on there. The only thing I have to do is just mask these parts off, so when I paint them they don't get covered in other paint. Anyway guys, that's it for now. Be back now. Okay guys, it's a little bit washed out on camera, but that's the two warp nacelles up and running. In person they're pretty nice, as good as you can expect. They're not brilliant, but I'm happy with it. There's just some little touch-ups on this side which I want to do. Little places where there's a bit of a mess up, but not too serious. The next part I want to do is, there we go, is I want to now mount these to here, but before I do that I just want to put tape in there and cut it, so when I spray paint I don't get paint on here. So that will then go into there. Once that's glued into place, then I can do all my wiring on this side, plus the wire that goes through into the stand. Now, I don't know how nicely you can see there, I cut a little groove in that piece of plastic, and in the groove is where my hole is for my wire. So, that's what that looks like now. In a couple of minutes I'll be back, and then we'll be gluing those two to here. I've got the LED glued into the top. I've got my power wire going for the front of the ship over here, plus a wire that's going from this part of the ship to this LED and then to another LED in the front here. So that I will just put on and clamp just to keep the warp nacelles nicely aligned. But anyway, next part, gluing the nacelles here, but first I'm going to put some tape over there and cover those up, mask them, so I can start spray painting. I want to glue those in here, and then I'll spray paint this whole part, the top part and the front part separate, and then glue it all together and just do minor touch-ups here and there. Anyway guys, that's it for now. When I come back we'll be gluing these parts on. Once that's glued in place, then I'll show you how I did this, how I'm going to do that, like the front, and then start putting the LEDs in the front. Be back now. Okay guys, I've taped that piece up and I've got that with liquid masking done. So the next part is to glue that into place. I just got one little piece of liquid masking to clear over there because it ran a bit. So just got to clear that quickly before I go glue it. Okay, that's that. Now the first thing I'm going to do is get the wires through the hole so I don't have to sickle. Don't have to struggle with trying to get that into place. Once all that's in place, then it's easier to glue, because it's just a matter of getting the glue in place. put it on. Okay. Now this whole section here is where the warp missile goes, and then the bottom piece will come in afterwards, because I still got to do all the wiring on the inside. So just get glue all along here. First warp missile in place. Once I'm done, I'm just going to have to go in with some putty and fill up there so it's better fit. One. Okay, there we go. Now we must just let that dry. There we go. I'm just putting that in there to keep the warp missiles more or less aligned while they dry. So anyway guys, when I come back, the next part I'll be doing is this part over here. I'll be showing you how I mask it off, how I make a template, drill the holes to get the both sides looking more or less the same. Anyway guys, I'll be back now. Okay guys, I've got this piece of plank glued in the bottom here. Just use some plain old super glue. I accidentally made this hole a little bit too big in the bottom, so when I'm finished I'm just going to put some putty on so I can put my pipe in for mounting. Me personally, I like to glue my pipe in so the model can't move. That way there's no chance of getting damage. So what I'll do is I'll drop that in with some super glue, glue it, put it into the base with all the wires and glue that permanently into place, and she'll stay in one position. My warp nacelles are now in place. I've just got some putty work to do on the inside over there. But that putty work I'll do once I've got these two halves glued together. Then I can do the putty work along the edges here, along edges all over the place, and get all that done. Because I will have to do putty work along the edges here. So once I've got everything in place, then I'll sort out all that. So these parts can go aside for now. With my rod. Okay, the parts we're going to start with is this now. What you need to do is get some of your masking tape. If everything works out, you'll only need to do this once. Take that, apply it like that. These windows here, I'm not sure how many got to go in it, if it's 1 row or 2 rows. That I might just do by eye. Haven't decided I'm going to do that side yet. I might just count out the amount of windows and just drill them. Okay, so that's basically it. Just take the tape and get it nice and tight and push it into the groove like that. Okay, once that's all done, then you can cut off the excess which you don't need. And nicely in the corner as good as you can. Okay, so that's that so far. There, my template mask is made. Now you just need a piece of plastic to stick that onto and then cut that shape out. I haven't found that yet, so I'll be back now. Okay, I found my piece of plastic. Now all you have to do is remove the tape from here. Like that. And stick it onto your piece of plastic. Try to use a piece of plastic that you're not going to worry about throwing away. Because once you finish with it, of course, it's going to be full of holes. And you're not going to want to use something with holes in it. Then cut the plastic to the tape shape. Doesn't have to be perfect, but the better your cut, the better the fit, the better your windows will turn out. Unfortunately, the last two pieces I can't do with the ruler. I have to do it by hand. Of course, it's got some curves towards it. There we go. just got to fix that off, but then that will fit in there like that. Once I've done those windows, I can put it into this side, and I can do these windows so they look basically the same. Just give this a nice sanding just to get it into the right shape properly. Okay, well that fits pretty good. Now I just got to work out how many rows of windows and how many windows per row, and then drill them. Okay, so I'm going to put that back in here. Just trim this little edge here. Okay, that fits better. And give that a bit of trim. There we go guys, that's now done. Now I just got to work out where each LED's got to go. And then, LEDs, there goes my camera, sorry about that. Just got to work out where each window's got to go and how many in a row, and then I can drill them out. Anyway guys, my camera's battery's getting a little bit low, so I'm going to quickly get my charger and plug it in, and I'll be back now. See you now. Okay guys, I'm finished with this part now. What I did was I drew 7 lines across like that. Now it's supposed to be 18, but I only did 17 lines in the middle 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 window rows, and the outer 2, which is 6 and 7, I only did 16 on the other bloke, which I'm using as reference. Let me just zoom out. This picture, which I got off the internet, you can go find these videos and stuff. I'll use this to try work out how many windows must go there, and this one over here I counted here 17 and 18, but I didn't want them to work out. It's, to me, one window set of windows would have been too much, so that's how I've done it. Okay, so I'm going to show you 1 or 2 there just to give you an idea. You take your template, you put it in like that. What you can do is, once you've got X amount of holes drilled, take some tape, put it on that side to stop it from moving, turn it around, and then you can drill some more. But this is basically how you do it. You take it, put your drill bit into the first hole, and drill. If you want to use a drilling machine of some kind, you can, that's up to you. drill bit that does spin a bit fast will generate heat eventually. That's why I prefer to do mine by hand. Anyway, you get the idea, and once it's done, when I'm finished with this one, I'll come back and show you. But until then, see you now. Okay guys, I was just looking for the top of this. I seem to have lost it. Anyway, that's not serious. Now I'm going to glue these two halves. I was thinking about putting a disruptor in here, but then I thought to myself, it's a waste because I'm going to be creating a whole board just for one little thing that says button and LED, so it doesn't, I've decided it's not worth putting weapons in just for such a little bit of effects. Because the Romulan Warbirds don't seem to have navigation lights, not that I've ever seen. They make these little pins, but they're too bloody small. They don't go in and hold the thing in place properly. And of course this is a very awkward angle. That doesn't want to line up. Okay guys, that's basically the front of the ship now together. Now I just got to make sure it glues properly. Anyway guys, that's it for now. I have got a little issues here with some gap that doesn't want to close up. But that's not serious, some putty will sort that out. Anyway guys, I'll be back now. Okay guys, I'm now ready to put glue on the edge of this. The only thing I don't like about this particular model is it hasn't got a very nice seam line. So I'm hoping this and this side fits together. Once I've done that, then I'll come over these areas with some of this glue afterwards. But for now, just for the ease, I'm going to use that, and hopefully it doesn't hopefully it doesn't dry too fast. So I need to put those two pieces together. The longer your glue stays wet while you're doing pieces like this, the better. The quicker it dries, the more problematic it will be. Okay guys, there we go. I just hope this glue is still fine. Be back once this is all dry and we can start with the other parts, the sanding and all that. Anyway guys, be back now. Okay guys, you can see there I've got my little block glued in place for the mounting rod. It'll come in there, which the wires will go through. Now it's to glue these two halves. As you can see, those are the power cables coming from the warp nacelle. It comes through here, joins with them, and goes out to here. Now these wires are short because they're going to be soldered on the inside of here, and then they can be pushed back in, which has no lighting or anything in there. First thing I want to do, which I forgot to do on the other one, is these little mounting pegs. Just flood them with some glue. Okay. Now quickly to put the glue on here. Okay guys, hopefully that's good enough. Now for the one little irritation is putting the cable through. And getting these pins lined up. Okay. There we go. Okay guys, that's it for now. I've just got to get these nicely in place and hopefully this will dry alright. Just want to put a clamp over there to clamp that down. Okay guys, while I'm waiting for this to dry, see you now. How's it guys, Travis here from Archery on Deck. I'll show you in a second how far I'm with the Romulan Warbird. This is only going to be one a video. And a lot of the stuff, the priming and a lot of the sanding and filling I did off camera. And this has just been a really crappy month for me, so I'm not my normal chirpy self. I'm not going to get very into it, but my cat disappeared 3 weeks ago and my father landed up in hospital last week, so he was in hospital for a week, then he came out and he's back in hospital again in critical condition, so I'm not having a very good time. That's why I'm not going to be doing very much videoing on this build. Very close to finishing it off, so I'll show you most of the ending. So I apologize for not showing you too much. Can't even remember what all I've videoed. These last couple of days have been really crappy. Anyway, enough of that. As I said, I've primed the 2 parts. I'm going to paint it all, put it together, do the last seam works, give it some touch-ups, do the head of the ship, putty it, do some touch-ups, fill in the windows and mount it to the base. Hopefully by then the base will be done. Anyway, enough of me rambling on. Let's get back to the model and start putting on its main coat. Be back now. Okay guys, I hope this is focused nicely. Anyway, as you can see, I've got the warp nacelles on the bottom half with the piping stuck in and the back part, so the 2 parts will go on, and the wiring runs through there, through the top of the ship, not the bottom. So it comes in here to the warp nacelles, to here, to the top and into the neck. So I'm going to spray the bottom halves. Once I sprayed the inside, I must just pull that out because it'll be impossible to get my hand in there to pull it out. So anyway guys, this is the first part I'm going to spray, get all this done. Once it's all painted and stuff, then I can spray the other side. I wasn't sure what the right color was, so we just decided to go with this green here. That's what I'm going to use. It might not be correct, but that's the closest I could find, and what the hell, I'm building this for myself, not to be screen correct, so I'm going to be happy with that. Anyway guys, I'll be back now. Okay guys, let's start spray painting. I apologize for the noise of the compressor. I'm quickly going to start on this one. Okay guys, that's it for now. When I come back, I'll most probably be showing you the inside of the well, not sort of the rear end halves, and I'll be painting that. Once those are painted and everything, then it'll be really almost time to glue them together and do the final putty work on these two halves. Let me just show you the head of the ship. I did have a little accident with it, but I managed to fix it. So these are the front of the ship so long. Anyway guys, that's it for now. See you now. Okay guys, I've painted the ship finished. I've put in my crystal clear in the top here for the floodlight, which shines down on this area. Once I've done the putty work, then I can just do some cleaning up. I want the ship to look like there's places where the paint is starting to wear thin, so this effect which the paint has over here looks pretty nice. Don't know if this is a little bit dark, but I'm happy with it. Okay, now what I've done is I've got a wire that's running from here connected to some LEDs through to this one and then through to the front. The LEDs, you can have 4 LEDs connected with each other for 9 volts with a resistor on, but if you haven't got a resistor, then you can only have 3. I think it's too weak. So I've now set this up so it works all nicely. What I did was use just normal strip tape, as I showed you before. I used strip tape like this, and I just cut individual LEDs off and then just soldered the wire plus to minus, so it's got 3 LEDs together. Now if you use it like this, you can put an extra LED on without affecting it. So this strip can have 4 LEDs total without affecting the amount of voltage it uses. Anyway, I'm busy getting my soldering iron nice and warm. It should be almost at the right temperature, so I can now take these two, solder. I marked my power cable. This will use 9 volts straight, so I don't get them confused, because this is just the one that goes to this light here and then to the other one, as I said. So this wire here is my voltage for all the other stuff. I marked it with P for power. Now I will solder it to that one, so I can remove my tape and unwind that a little bit. Okay, and I can do the same for this one. Remove the tape. I seem to have misplaced my X-Acto knife. Cut my shrink sleeving. All I can find is my drill bit. I thought I had it down this board, but it seems like I don't. Sorry about that guys, let me just quickly pause and I'll be back now. Okay guys, I've got my knife now. I've got these 2 sections. Put them on here. This will stop the wires from making shorts. Now you can use tape, but shrink sleeving is better. By using tape will work, but the problem with tape is with time it will lose the stickiness on it, and if that comes loose inside your built up ship, of course it could cause a short, and then you'd have to break the ship up open to be able to fix it. I apologize for the lighting. The light I've got here isn't very brilliant. It's a bit brighter now than what it was a little while ago. Before I solder, I just want to put something there in case the solder falls off. Done. Just hope this isn't going to be too thick. No, that's perfectly fine. Okay, now I'll just take the soldering iron and just heat the shrink sleeving up a little bit, so it can shrink. Just be careful with your soldering iron so close to your model that you don't touch the model and melt it by accident. Okay, there we go. Now that shrink sleeving will stay there nicely. Now for the last one. Okay, here we go. That one's now done. It's just sticking on this last little piece here. Okay guys, I don't want to make this video too long, so I've just got these two to do. Once that's done, before I glue it, I'll just put my power supply on and just test it to make sure that all the lighting's working, that there's no problems there. So anyway guys, I'll be back now. Okay guys, I've tested it and all the lighting works. Now I must just get the glue inside here and the two arms so I can glue everything together. wires don't want to go back in the way they were. And the glue went where I didn't want it to go. Okay guys, there we go. I've just got some touch-ups to do there. I've still got some spray painting to do, so that's not too serious. So there we go, the ship's almost together. I've just got to put some tape on to keep it nicely in place. Anyway guys, that's it for now. Be back later. Okay guys, I've got this all stuck together. The reason for this over here is once I glued it together, this piece was about there, so it was completely out of alignment. Now it's slightly out of alignment. There's a little bit of work there and a bit of work over here to do to get it back nicely into alignment, but those weren't lining up at all, so I had to carefully break it loose. Thank goodness it wasn't too bad, so it came loose. Then I used that to pull it this way, and this elastic band to pull it towards the back, just so it can line up more or less. So I haven't taken this off yet. I just had it now. Oh, there we go. Only downside to this tape is it is weak, so it breaks easily and it doesn't always want to stick very nicely. On the plastic itself it's fine, but once you got it nicely touched down, but it doesn't always want to stick to itself. Anyway, enough about the stupid tape. Now just to quickly get this off. Some glue got there. Okay, so I've got some fixing up to do there. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Well, there we go guys. Try to get the right angle. The Warbird is now starting to look like a Warbird. The inside here is the wiring that goes to the front of the ship. I could have used the bottom, but I didn't. I used the top because the LED up top here must connect with here, so I didn't want, could have had the power wires going through there and the wires for that LED going there, but then this piece over here which has lights in it would have to have the wires running through it as well, and I didn't want that because it had enough wires already in. So I chose to go with everything on the top. Anyway guys, she's coming on nicely. I've just got to do all the filling now over here and here and inside here. The hard parts are going to be over here because you can't really fit your hand in there nicely, so at least it's not too far, so I should be able to get the sanding done pretty well by sanding it like that. It's going to be a bit of a pain, but it should turn out alright. Then it's just find a little places here where, yeah, in certain places, and once that's done then I can just give it a touch-up coat. And then I want to give it maybe a little bit of a grey tinge to it. Anyway, that's for later. When I come back I'll be showing you a little bit of putty work over here. So I'll be back now. Okay guys, I'm going to now quickly put a bit of putty in that side to try and make it look like this side. I'm only going to show you this little piece here. The rest of it I will somewhere do off camera. I don't know how long this will take to do. I just want to use a toothpick. I don't know what you call it in your country, but that's what we call it here. I know sometimes Americans and people have different names for a toothpick. think in America they call a boot of a car a trunk. So yeah, a lot of countries sometimes have different names for things, so I don't know what the other countries call this. If you call it something else in your country, let me know what country you're in and what you call it. Here Boyd is going to give up his what's the name channel, what do you call that, the model shop, and somebody else is going to take it over. If anybody knows what's happening there, leave me a comment and let me know. Say, yeah, Boyd is doing this or Boyd is doing that. I know Trevor, my friend from Ostrich Longneck, my companion, he says that Boyd's giving it up to somebody else. I'd just like to hear if anybody also knows what's happening. Sorry guys, I'm trying to keep this in camera and work at the same time. If anybody knows of a better one than this that goes on a bit easier, let me know in the comments. I like this one, it's pretty good. But if there is a nicer one, just leave the name in the comments. And if you know of a nice little tool which you can buy to apply this type of paste, also let me know. I'll leave the description of the tool or the name of the tool and who makes it in the description. That'll be appreciated. Anyway guys, I've now got that basically done. I'm going to let that dry, then I can give it sanding. I'm not too worried about the paint here because I am going to respray paint it over again. Then I'm going to give it a clear coat, and then I'm going to give it some fine lines and stuff and try to get it to look, you know, almost multicolored. This area's got a bit of damage, not too bad, but I am going to make it look like a bit of a phaser blast, like she had been in battle, and she got a nick there, because I want to make this ship look like one of the ships in the sorry, wrong way out. I want to make the ship look like it was a part of the Dominion Wars from Star Trek Deep Space Nine. where the Romulans, the Klingons and everybody fought the Dominion together. So that's where I want my ship to come out of that era of time. So a little bit of battle damage on the hull will make it look like she was fighting the Dominion ships. Anyway guys, that's it for now. That's how I do my putty work. If anybody knows of a good video where they show how to do the putty work even better, as I say, let me know, then I can go and watch that video and get some tips on doing my putty work even better. The nice thing is I've got that already in, so I can hold it, and then that will go into my base, which I've got to get to in a few minutes time once I've done all this. I don't know how long I'll have to work today because I'm going to see my father at the hospital. So hopefully within the next couple of days I'll be done, and then the video will be start to upload. As I say, this will be a once-off video. I'm not going to do multiple videos, I'm just going to do the one. Anyway guys, see you later. Okay guys, I've got the whole ship together. Unfortunately I didn't videotape this piece going to on, or the spray. The grey is just to do some light blocking. There are some places where it's not nicely light blocked, but hopefully with enough green paint it will block it. Anyway, I'm going to quickly spray the bottom, and then later on I'll come back and respray it. So I just want to apologize for the noise. Just quickly position the camera a little bit better. Oops, wrong direction. Yeah, that looks better. Okay guys, let's quickly start spray painting. Okay guys, that's the bottom of the ship done. When I come back I'll be doing the top. Be back now. Okay guys, I'm quickly going to do some of the top. Not going to do very much on that side. I'll do that once that's done. But once everything's dry, I will show a bit of this, and then I'll show you what it looks like when it's all done. Sorry about the noise. Oops. Not what I wanted to happen. And there it does it again.
Okay guys, I've run out of paint. When I come back I'll show you what she looks like with all the painting done, and then we'll see what we still need to do. Be back now. Okay guys, I've got the base color of green down. Now what I want to do is just go over the ship and put a light coat of grey on, just to give it some contrast, because I think the green on its own is just very plain. I actually thought these wing patterns here actually were red and all sorts of colors, but the plans don't let you paint them, so I'm just going to do something just I did find what's supposed to be a studio model which looked all grey, but because the ship looks green on it, I'm going with this, and then just put some light grey on. The light grey which I'm using is XF19, and the green which I used was, if I can reach it, XF67. Now I don't know if this is supposed to be the right one, because they don't give the Tamiya paints, they give some other paint. Anyway, enough rambling on, so I'm just going to put some grey down just to give the ship a bit of a contrast. Sorry about the noise that compressors makes. too far. Okay guys, let me try zoom in a little bit, as if the camera will stay focused. Sorry about my light, it's not a very good one. And as you can see, he gives it a bit of a dirtish greyish look to it, which I think makes it look a little bit more like what I think the model should be. So anyway guys, that's it for now. I'm gonna come back now and put on the decal in the front and then just give it a clear cut. So, oops, wrong direction. Okay guys, so I'll see you now. I'll be back now. Okay guys, now to put on the one and only decal. On the whole entire ship. Such a big model and it's only got one decal. Sorry guys, this decal just doesn't want to cooperate the way I want it to. He don't want to move, he just wants to grip and stay stuck. Okay, what I'm going to try to do is take it off again, drop it in the water and then try and put it back on. This is rather weird. Okay guys, this is going to take a little bit too long. I'll be back now. Okay guys, I've got the power socket in and the power switch. My battery is going to run flat soon, so I'm not going to do too much videoing now. Now I'm going to take my Romulan Warbird and just quickly feed the wiring through. It's better to have a little bit too much wiring than not enough. Okay guys, there we go. My battery's about to die. Ship's now in place. On the other side, I'm just going to go with some super glue around the edge here. I'm letting it stick out a bit so I can get the glue nicely on here. And then my wiring must just go there, which I cut a little bit too much off this one, so I'm just going to sort that out just cut the wire over here so it's long enough, but anyway, that I'll sort out later. And then that my camera's about to die. What I'm going to do next is just put some glue around the edge here and then solder it up, but I'll charge my batteries a bit before I do anything else. Anyway guys, I would show you the gluing of this, but my camera is really crying about the actually it can die when it dies. Let me quickly do this. I just want to get my zip kick ready. Throw the glue down. And there we go. Now, just put the glue around the edge. Anyway guys, that should be good enough for this model. Okay, now it's just the soldering, which I'll do now. Okay guys, there she is on the stand. I'm going to quickly put my camera on charge. I forgot to do it last night. So I'll be back now. Okay guys, what I want to do here is I want to solder this piece, then cut it, join this one with this wire and join that one to there, because I accidentally cut this wire a little bit too short. This is what you call magnet wire, what Boyd used to use. I prefer this myself. It's up to whoever's using, building a model to decide what type of wire you want to use. Okay, so I can now solder that over there in this corner. That is my on-off switch, which I'm putting in front so you can see it from the front. This is a very basic model, no electronics, but if you did want to do electronics, because the base is so nice and thick, as you can see here, there's tons of space to put all sorts of electronics. But in this particular model's case, I'm not going to be doing any electronics. I'm just quickly got to get up and go and get some shrink sleeving. I forgot it on the other board on my computer table. And my blade, I'm forgetting that as well. When using a sharp blade, just be very careful. The shrink sleeving, I like to use it fairly long and try to get the joint in the middle. If you make the shrink sleeving just a little bit too short, then you could end up with the wiring sticking out on the one side, and of course you don't want that. So okay, there we go. Positive wire done. And there we go. There's my shrink sleeve over. Little hot heat gun would work nicely just to melt it, but I don't have one. So just take your soldering iron and just go over it just to heat up the shrink sleeving, and it works just as well. I'll be back now. Okay guys, sorry about that. I'll explain now. Okay, so I've got my shrink sleeve in there. Just to sort that out, I can just glue the wire nicely in there and then glue that one down. Now I've got too much of the ground wire, so I can work out, okay, I don't need more than that, so I can cut that off there. Of course I made a mistake with that one, as I said. Instead of soldering the wire, working that out first and then doing that piece, I thought, okay, let me just cut it, and I misjudged it, which was a mistake. I should have done all this first and then done all that soldering. Okay, now I've just got to tin the wire here with some solder. Oh, there we go, there's my solder. Okay, there we go, that's all done. I'm going to try to zoom in a little bit better. Okay. You can see my joint better. Then up here I've got the voltage coming from the model through there to voltage my socket. Now the ground must be soldered. Let me back out a bit. I've got to solder my ground now over to here, so I'm going to quickly reposition the camera and zoom in on that. Okay. I don't have a nice power socket, so I'm using that one. Now I must just keep that there and apply some heat with my soldering iron to solder it there, and then everything comes down to just gluing it in place. Okay, so there we go, that's that. Now my soldering iron is no longer needed, so I can switch that off and I can connect my power socket up and just check that everything works. So, sorry about going out of focus. Put it like that. I've just quickly got to run over there and grab my cable. Now I can connect this up and we can make sure that all the lights work. I've still got to pull all the stickers and stuff off, or the masking off, and see how that works. So guys, as I said, I put my power socket at the back, over there, right over here, and I put my other socket here. So power on, the power socket's on, there's no shorts because the light's not coming on, and there we go guys, we have power. So that works nicely. Now I must just come in here and pull all the masks off. So guys, I'll be back now. Then I'll be showing you a couple of these windows here with the crystal clear, how I'm going to do that. Once I've shown you a couple there, then I'll do everything else off camera. So give me a couple of minutes, guys. I'll be back now. Okay guys, I wanted to use some canopy glue excuse me, but my canopy glue has seemed to gone a bit thick. I don't know if I can thin it out with some water, so I'm not going to use that. I'm going to use my micro crystal clear. Because the windows are so small and this stuff is quite thick, I can't use an injection, so I'm just going to use a toothpick. Grab a little bit. Now the reason why I've got the lights on, sorry it's out of focus, the reason why I've got the lights on is so I can see exactly where every single one is. Put some in like that. And I can just wipe it off. As you can see, those ones have gone dark. I can see the microcrystal clear is inside. I'm not going to do too many. Most of this I will do off camera. So try to keep this nicely in view. Just put them on like that and wipe the excess off. Also, the size of the windows, this is not that easy. Doing it on the 1:350 scale model will be much easier because the windows are much bigger. These ones, in the indentation is a little bit more difficult. What you can just do is take a damp cloth once you've got all the windows nicely filled, and then just go over it with a damp cloth. That should get the excess off. Anyway guys, once I'm finished with this row, I'm going to stop because it's a bit difficult to keep this camera focused. So there we go, that's all done. Now I must just get a damp cloth because that's not flat and nice like that. I must just go over that with a damp cloth just to get the excess water glue off. So guys, once you're done, then you can just see where you look like you need some more, and you can just fill up wherever you need it once it's all dry. Anyway guys, I'll come back once it's all done and I'll show you the end result. Be back now. There we go. Okay guys, the model is now done. All the windows are full of crystal clear and I'm happy with the way it looks. It's not brilliantly perfect, but I'm happy with it. So there's what the ship looks like without power. Put the on-off switch in this corner here, and more or less in the center at the back here I've got the power jack about here, which is not quite center but good enough. Then I've got the Romulan emblem over here with some Romulan writing at the top here, not sure what it says. Then I made this particular Romulan Warbird from the Star Trek Deep Space Nine Dominion Wars. And then on this side, as you can see, I've got Romulan Warbird derelict class. So I've got the ship's class and what she is.
Anyway guys, I've now got all the lighting down here and in the front. The base is nicely glued in place, but she does have a bit of a swivel so she can move. I actually wanted that to be solid, but unfortunately it didn't work out that way, but at least it's pretty good. It's nice and tight, it's not going to move too much. So let's quickly switch on. Okay, I didn't do any circuitry on this one, it's just plain power. So there's no photon torpedo effects, no disruptor banks, nothing, just plain power. So there we go guys. I'm pretty happy with the way that looks. The warp engines, now these here in front are supposed to be disruptors, and then right in front here is supposed to be a disruptor. I was going to make it that this one fires, but then I decided not to do any electronics on this one, just to keep it pretty basic. I don't know how well the camera will pick that up, but you can see over here is a white spot. At the top I've got a little floodlight. You can just see it up here. As you can see there, where I put my finger in, I've got that floodlight. Now I'm not sure if it's supposed to be one floodlight or two, but anyway guys, that's the Romulan Warbird done. I'm happy with it. It's not perfect. Some of the windows are a little bit skew. The lights are not coming perfectly through there, but I'm pretty happy with it. I'm satisfied with the way it's turned out. So anyway guys, that's it for this video. I'll be back in a second for the final part. Be back now. Okay guys, that's everything for this video. The Romulan Warbird is now done. The base is done, everything's done. I'm pretty happy with it. It's not maybe the best Romulan Warbird anybody's ever made, but I don't care. It's the way I like it, and that's all that counts. I'm pretty satisfied with the way she turned out. Could have been slightly better, but I don't care. It's good enough for me. I'm not entering it into competitions or anything, so I don't have to worry about somebody going over it with a fine tooth comb and going, ooh, this is wrong, and ooh, this is wrong, and ooh, you didn't do a good job here. It's for fun, not for competitions, and I'm just an amateur, so I'm happy enough with it, and that's all that matters. Anyway guys, as in the last one part of the video I said I'll explain what happened a little bit later. I never got a chance. I can't remember what I said further back in the video when I explained that my father was sick. That's why I haven't been looking so happy these days. Basically what's going on is, as I just said, my father was sick. It turns out he's got cancer. He's busy recovering at home now after being in hospital for 3 weeks. He's gonna start chemo soon, so hopefully everything goes right and he gets strong again and better. He is on oxygen at the moment. So when I stopped the video like that and said I'll be back now, I had to quickly run because my father was calling me and needed to go help him with something. Anyway guys, I'm not sure how often I'll be able to work on my models these days, because I've got now a lot more responsibilities which I never used to have. So hopefully I'll still be able to put out a lot of models, but times is a little bit tougher for me and my family. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and God bless him, my father will get better very soon. He most probably won't get cured, but hopefully they'll be able to stop the cancer so he can have another cover. Whoever knows how many years onto his life. So guys, I'm sorry that this is one heavenly knows how long video. I was going to make this in multiple videos, but with everything that's happened lately, I just never got around to doing everything with my Windows giving me problems and everything. So I've just made this one long video. Unfortunately, I don't know how long this video is going to be. Hopefully not too long. But anyway, that's everything that's happening so far in my little life. Anyway guys, that's it for the Romulan Warbird build. One big video. I hope you guys enjoy it. Please leave a comment at the bottom. Thumbs up if you think my Romulan Warbird turned out alright. And happy modeling. Live long and prosperous. And see you in the next one. I haven't decided yet what I'm going to build. I've got quite a few which I could build, but I'm not sure what I'm going to build next. Anyway guys, that's it for now. Cheers.